And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram and Solomon Cigars. And also the Oliva Cigar family. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
But I don't hear anything.
I live this life.
Volume up on the speakers.
Let's see where we're at.
On so we could see Ron.
Yep. Are we good, guys?
Yeah, we're live. We're live, Ronnie.
Jeez,
We
we're
are
live.
But Ronnie is not.
Ronnie's kind of dead in the water.
In the water.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not sure what's going on with him, but it is what it is. And until he turns his mics down, he lost mic privileges right now. So
He's muted. He's muted.
Because he comes in hot like a wrecking ball.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
you gotta love a live broadcast because you never know what can happen.
No, anything can
Hey,
happen. That's the beauty of it.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying, when I was there, there was never any of these technical problems when I was there. I don't know. And I don't have any of these technical...
You listen to me and you pull that wire out. I know you did.
We've got Wood and Tobacco Accessories saying hello to all of us. Hello there.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, folks. And this is going to be a exciting show because Ron is muted. He's muted.
Yeah.
Wow.
And who knows when we'll get him back. But while he's gone, and he's thinking about what he needs to do to make himself
his life choices.
His life choices. What he's going to do for Thanksgiving.
What he's going to do for Thanksgiving. The things that
Let's introduce ourselves, Frank. I'm Bob. This is Frank. And there's
Frank.
Kyle.
There's Kyle.
And basically
we're the three people in Florida now. We are the three in Florida.
We are in Florida.
The three amigos.
Yes.
I flew down here on
the lonely guy can't come on.
We've got we got Joshua Weiser. How are you, Josh? We got Christopher
Josh. How are you?
We've got them all saying hello.
Chris.
We've got Chris. We've got Bruce Stark saying live TV or not, sometimes you just expect it.
You got that right, Bruce. You got that right.
Exactly.
Actually,
and thank you, Chris, for the congratulations. I was actually on a plane Sunday to get here. And in the midst of watching the Bears lose to the Buccaneers, so that happened.
About it, Kyle. Bears have a long season ahead. Like they do every year,
just like we do.
Yes,
we have a long season ahead.
I just realized that I didn't bring my glass of whiskey, and I walked 2 miles to get this whiskey.
Oh.
Can we say hello to everybody?
You're there. I hear you.
Oh, hello.
Can you hear us now? Hey, turn your mic down a little bit. You are peaking so much in my eardrums.
About now.
Yeah. Oh, you finally got work to work.
Yeah. Yes, we did. We're here.
Hey, there you go.
Hello, everybody.
Head in the water.
No, we're here.
Head in the water.
And I have the new sidekick next to me, Mr. Tim Garrity, president of the Chicago Pipe Club. He had to get in on this one. It was Max, so we had to jump in and talk about the pipe community.
Oh yeah.
And Kyle, you got 2 bags. You got 2 bags, not one. Don't lie to me. Don't tell the people you only got one. You got
where's the mysterious other bag? Where's the 5th bag?
Half a bag.
Where's the 5th bag?
Oh, Tim took
I'm going to give him the 5th bag. What do you want? Oh, do you want me to cut it in half? I'll bring it down to Florida with you, okay?
Hey, last time I saw Tim's name wasn't on the show. I don't know. I'm just.
Wow, man, Tim, man. You feel the love. No love.
Well, I'm used to, I'm used to cousin Frank telling me to shut the fuck up.
This is true. Cousin Frank will always tell you.
Hey, Kyle. All I want to tell Kyle is he's got to read this because Kyle walked 2 miles. Who believes
for a camel?
Who believes him?
Hey, no. So Sunday when I landed, I didn't have a car here. And I had my priorities, and I had to walk all the way to Total Wine, which was like down the street, I had to cross 54, risking my life, and then go across Wesley Chapel Boulevard again I walked my ass off on Sunday to get whiskey because I have
what
priorities.
A great store, Total Wine, huh?
Great store. Oh yeah. And I signed up for their rewards program, and then the girl there, she's like, oh, we'll get these. We get our allotment in and stuff. She's like, I've never seen so much Buffalo Trace just sitting on the shelf in my life.
Yeah.
You know,
and it was only $25.
Yeah,
$25.
And you know what's great too about them? You go in and you sample.
Oh yeah,
before you buy, you can sample. By the time you get out of the store, you're ripped. I sample everything, man.
Anyway, back to the show.
Ronnie, you're just keep it low key, man. We're talking here.
Sure, no problem, Bob. I love you too.
Hey, I love this comment from Christopher. Yeah, Ronnie shorted me an ounce. That's right.
Yeah.
An ounce of what? I didn't say weed.
An ounce of love.
Well, I'll go with the ounce of love. Yeah, I'll do that. That's all right. Well, I know, Kyle, we'll talk later. I want to find out how everything went in your house hunting and all that. I hope it all went well. Just say, the first couple houses, did you like what you see?
The first couple, no. But I went through, I had gone through 9 houses yesterday evening. So my work day ended right at about 3:30. And then I traveled to the first house. And so we got started about 4:15 Eastern time. And I went through 9 houses last night, and we were moving.
Wow! Did you find anything out of the 9?
Yeah, he found that place in the projects that's really working for him now.
I found a cardboard box under the bridge. It looks nice. I mean,
is that my sister-in-law? That might be my sister-in-law.
But no, we did put an offer on a house today, so praying to God that they accept the offer and everything goes through, and we will probably have a close date by October 12th. So,
nice. Oh, wow.
Good, very good.
Okay, that's awesome. Congrats. So before I forget, Kyle, are you going to watch the YouTube crowd for us tonight?
I am just watching the comments as they come through here.
We're watching Josh. We got Joshua Weiser.
We got Wooden Tobacco Accessories coming in. Right. Yeah. So what they were asking, what's everyone smoking tonight? We got the Captain Black Platinum. This is some great smelling stuff so far.
Oh, got it.
It is.
Oh my God.
It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, what do you think of it?
It smells incredible. Let it breathe a little bit.
Yep.
That's what I did. I know a lot of the crowd is not an aromatic fan, but with all my standard practice, if I'm really looking for a good smoke, I'm going to take my aromatics. Preferably, you let them sit out for a little bit, dry out just a little bit, because you're smoking an American aromatic. You want to get that aromatic note. That's what you're looking for. So,
I'll tell you, Tim, this is not as wet as the usual.
No, it is not. It's not.
It's on the drier side.
But it's got a nice shag cut to it. Which nice. I like a shag cut because a shag cut tends to burn consistently.
Yeah.
That's not always the case with like a cube cut.
Nope.
Nope. So we'll see. I mean, I'm letting it sit for a little bit. We're gonna wait for Max.
Right now.
That's what I did.
I'm gonna fill up right now. See what this is.
We'll do that.
So I'm gonna be muting myself on and off here because my lovely apartment over here, the screened-in porch is right outside my air conditioner unit. So every time it kicks on, it gets kind of loud. So I'll be muting and unmuting myself.
In Florida, we call it the lanai.
Well, in my new home, hopefully, it's going to be a Florida room.
I like this. Joey Gulino says, at Bob's age, everything is on the drier side.
Wow. Boy, Joey can hit it hard, buddy. Hit it hard.
I'm looking forward to
not as hard as we hit him earlier.
Unfortunately, when I went on, when you guys jumped on, and then when Kyle said, I only got one, I tried to write something in, and then I lost it after we went on, and Teresa tried to get back on and kept going to the same thing, beginning. So I missed basically the whole show because I gave up. You can't go back on Instagram.
No.
Yeah, but you can't move forward on Instagram. You have to. It takes you right from the get-go.
You have to hit the live button. You have to hit the live button, Ronnie.
Well, I'll learn that for next week. How does that sound?
One thing at a time for Ronnie.
That's it. Hey, I'm me. I'm the dinosaur.
Ronnie's still upset about the whole antenna thing on the TV. So,
yeah, I miss it.
Well,
I miss it a lot.
You still can get channels using a digital antenna. I mean, there's still
no, he likes the rabbit ears. What's
that digital mean? What's the digital? I like the rabbit ears.
Ronnie's still using the aluminum foil.
Oh, absolutely.
On his head. His tinfoil hat.
Absolutely. And with that, folks, I'm going to say one last thing. Everybody, please hit the share button. And let's get Max known around the world. It'll coming in at 10 minutes, guys. So we're ready. So, Frank, let's take it away.
Why not, Ron? That sounds like a good idea.
I think so. Max will like it.
You say one or two things that make sense.
Just one.
I'll give you that.
All right.
Another day in paradise. Smoking cigars.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: the Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind, and the newly released Perfect Round, featuring 18 cigars, a front 9 and a back 9. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes, we grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewd.com.
A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark, 141 years ago, 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Eric Peter Stokkebye. 4th Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of 4th Generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US and many European countries. Check out 4thGenPipeTobacco.com.
Hey, Tim.
And we are back, folks.
Tim.
And Ronnie is not.
No, he's not. Tim, if you can
Ronnie
hear me.
is not?
No.
How's that sound? You sound
What's
okay?
up? What's up, Bobby?
Oh, there you are.
Tim, fill up your bowl. It lights up right
I did.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
Nice light right off.
Yo. You follow your method. I follow my own. Let it sit for a little bit. Get it acclimated. Okay.
Didn't even need
breathe
it.
a little bit.
Very good.
You know, and then when I go for we'll see by the third puff. There, you know, Bobby, you should appreciate this. It's like a cigar. At each phase of the smoke, there's different flavors and notes.
Of course,
you know,
definitely.
And not all tobaccos make the test. Some start out really great. If you're talking about aromatics, especially, some of them start out really great.
Oh yeah,
and then they become nasty because
very
of all the
sour
glue.
quickly.
Yeah,
but
you know,
this started off very nicely. It lit up beautifully. I mean, almost instantaneously, which is different for a wet aromatic that you used to.
Well, here's what I got. Okay, so I put the platinum. I put it in my Suge tankard bowl.
Oh, look at that one. Okay,
which is a nice deep bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a great smoker. One of my best smokers from the Suge line. This is the old, remember Drew Estate back over 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah,
had pipes, pipe tobacco,
right.
And you know Suge was their premier pipe maker, and you know they're all great smokers. So whenever you know, and I'm this. If Max was on live now, I would tell him.
He's gonna be, come on.
I'm about
wait a little bit.
Come on right now.
And let's have Max come on,
wait.
folks.
I'll wait.
Max Stokkebye. Hello,
wait for
Max.
Max, there he is.
Let me see if I get this right. Nope.
Oh, the standing ovation.
So, Max, I think you're going to have to change that to 5th generation. Is that in the works?
You know, I was thinking just that when I saw the ad. I was like, this is false advertising right off the bat. You know? What am I chopped liver over here?
Yeah, you got to put an X through the 4th. Put a 5 on that. That would be cool. That would actually
claim your spot.
Claim.
Can we edit that in post? Oh wait, we're live.
Oh, we can do that.
Never mind.
Right after the show, we'll take care. Josh Weiss says hello, by the way, and Wooden Tobacco also says hello.
Well, hello, gentlemen.
Max,
Always.
I'm about to violate my pipe rule, which is whenever I try new tobacco, I usually go with a cob. Everybody knows, you know, because there's always that concern with the new tobacco that you don't want to ghost your pipe. So I'm about to put it in my Suge. This is my champion, Max.
So this is
my
a sign
faith
of,
in you.
This is a sign of trust. Yeah.
This is a
Respect.
sign of trust.
Respect.
Okay?
Only for you.
Yeah. So
I appreciate it, Tim. I appreciate it. Gentlemen, thank you for having me back on the show.
Yes.
I know it's been a couple of years, but you know, when I got the invite, I was really, really excited to see that you know, I could come back on here and chat it up with you fellas. So
we had you on last year. It seems like 2 years, but it was last year.
Was it last year? Okay.
Yeah, well, that long to get the money up to send to us to get you back on.
Saying the quiet part out loud now.
So how you been, Max? How's everything going?
You know, I'm good. Yeah, still here in Richmond, Virginia. You know, working as the brand manager for STG Lane on behalf of the pipe tobaccos, as well as some cigars as well, and you know, managing STG Canada as well. So also the categories up there. So I think that's been the big new development since we last spoke, probably. So yeah, you know, between the two roles there, I'm staying quite busy, and then obviously, you know, whenever I have a chance to come on a show or go do, you know, events like the Chicago Pipe Show, Vegas Pipe Show, anything like that, you know, I have a lot of fun. It's kind of like I'm home, you know. So, yeah, I'm doing well, I must say.
Great.
Very good. Excellent. Now, Max, tell us a little bit about Captain Black's Platinum, because Bob is like, this is the first I've heard of this.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked when this arrived. I said, "Captain Black," you know, it was like,
yeah,
this is not what I associate your name with as far as a tobacco. I mean, you guys are, you know, premium tobacco all the way, and this was kind of like shocking. I said, "Well, what's his involvement with this?"
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Bob. Yeah, so I mean, with Captain Black, you know, that is the biggest pipe tobacco brand that I represent right now. And so, you know, with that, we hadn't really done anything new with the brand in almost 5 years or so since I think the last thing came out.
So this was kind of an opportunity to go through our blends and find something fun that we could be proud to put the STG name on. And I was a part of the development of this product, so it's been a ton of fun. And I got to say we're pretty proud of what we put out in the end. So I know it's an aromatic, so this isn't necessarily the big aromatic crowd, but we also want to do something for the smokers who enjoy an aromatic, right? And
right,
there's obviously
if you know anything,
not a heavy aromatic.
Not at all.
It's on the lighter side.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very light one.
Yeah, so it is. It's just to touch on the blend. I mean, it's a couple of Virginias and then some Burleys in the blend, right, as the tobacco base. And the top flavor is it's very neutral, right? It's sort of a sweet finish. It's obviously all very subjective. Me personally, I get sort of notes of molasses and a little caramel when I smoke it. So, but again, it's a very subtle sweetness, which is a little different from the existing Captain Black line we have, where some of those are especially aromatic. Certainly when you're talking about something like Captain Black Cherry, which is extremely aromatic. Right. So this is it's a little departure from the usual with Captain Black. So it's a little more tobacco forward. But I'm happy with
this is very very much tobacco forward.
Yeah.
So I'm smoking it. I would have to agree. There's a little bit of hint of sugary caramel.
Yeah.
But it's tobacco forward, folks, and which is rare for me. I'm an aromatic. I want my aromatic to punch you right in the face. This is more of a if I had to say, Max, this is almost like a European aromatic. Where there's that light subtle note. But this is way more pronounced
very light,
tobacco.
very light.
Yeah,
very light.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'd almost compare it to if you're looking at, and you guys probably know this, when you're looking at like our Lane bulks versus the Peter Stokkebye bulks, if you're taking an aromatic out of each brand there, that's kind of what I'd compare this to, right? It's much more neutral in that top flavor application. So it's
very Virginia forward.
We're
I
happy.
tell you, my studio smells delicious right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
And we're outside, and I can get a room note.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Smells great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm as I'm smoking this here too, and I'm kind of pairing it with a bourbon that I got. I've actually got the Four Roses single barrel that I'm pairing this with, and when the bourbon and this tobacco are meeting, it's bringing out like a citrusy vibe to it, and then that back end of that heavy caramel coming through. It's actually pairing very, very well together. Like it's almost like a marriage made in heaven right now.
And you know what I'm pairing it with? I'm pairing it with a tea. This is an iced tea. And Bob said it. He goes, you know what? This reminds me of a Chinese tea.
You know, you go to the Chinese restaurant, you know the tea that they serve? It almost
jasmine
has
tea.
Like a jasmine type tea.
It has that kind of, I don't know, something about the taste. It just reminded me of it right away.
Absolutely. And with the tea, I almost get it as if the tobacco is acting as the honey, because I have unflavored tea. So there's a little bit of sweetness that's coming from the tobacco that's kind of sweetening the tea, and it's making the tea delicious. So I'm like, wow.
This is very impressive. I mean, it's a long time since I smoked the Captain Black, but this is out of the wheelhouse of Captain Black. This is totally different from especially
Captain
the white
Black,
or the gold or
Captain Black is my fallback. If I'm out and about, and I don't have tobacco, I know I could stop in, grab a pouch of original, and I'm due for a good smoke. I'm not, it's not like I have to scrape and paw and find something suitable. There's always you got to have a safe fallback. What's interesting about this, Max, is I can't see this as ghosting a pipe. I think it's like
no way.
Because it almost seems like it could complement whatever I'm smoking. If I wanted to almost like a great base mix, it's got but that Virginia is very, very forward.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And not overpowering.
It's not a hot Virginia. It's not burning hot.
No, I think that's actually one of the, aside from the flavor profile as a whole, one of the things I'm happiest with is it's a very even smoking blend in my experience, from start to finish, really. I've had no problems getting this lit, keeping it lit. Right. It smokes exactly as you want, a pipe to smoke in my experience. So been very happy with that. Obviously, as you guys kind of alluded to, with some aromatics, you get, I wouldn't say inconsistency in the smoke, but when there's a lot of that top flavor, right, it can be something that to manage occasionally, right, depending on how fast you're smoking the pipe. So I think with this, you're just getting a really consistent burn throughout. So that that's one part I've been really happy with too.
And I can't see this creating a bunch of sludge at the bottom of my pipe either.
No,
we'll get to testing a little bit.
You go back to what Tim was saying. Anywhere you go, this is going to be a blend that what it's going to smoke like. You don't have to try to guess what's it going to do, how's it going to be. This is it's almost something that it's consistency is always there. You know exactly what you're getting.
You know what this is going to be. This is and Max doesn't has never been to one of our club meetings, but what I like to do, Max, is we give away pipes to new guys. This would be a great thing to give away to newbies.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a wonderful starter.
It's burning. I haven't had to do a relight yet, which is
right.
Not at all.
Even for my favorite aromatic, the best tobacco in the world.
No,
which is a lame product, by the way. What I point out is that even with my favorite tobaccos, they're on the goopy side. I have no problem saying that, but Bob will appreciate this. They go out.
Yeah.
And this hasn't gone out yet, which really helps establish a good cadence.
Oh yeah.
For a new smoker.
And they ignite it instantly.
Yeah. The ignition was real easy.
Yeah. Simple. Very good.
This is amazing, Max. Absolutely. Congratulations on this.
Block again.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Wow.
Making me proud over here.
Oh.
And you should be, honestly. I mean, again, with everything else that's out there, like Bob said, when I opened up the box, when I got it first, I said, Captain Black. I said, I must have gotten the wrong box. I called up Bob. I said, Bob, did you get your box yet? He goes, no. I said, it's Captain Black.
Does he not know we smoke?
This is absolutely blows everything else ever by you guys. By Captain Black line. Holy cow.
Oh, well,
whoa. Captain Black Grape.
So anyway,
that's your favorite.
You'd be amazed at how many people come and ask me if I have some Captain Black Grape when we're out at the various pipe shows. I mean, each one it's at least 4 or 5 people that'll come by and ask.
Those are all the winos.
With all honesty, I did smoke that at the show last month. I did, Bob. It's not what you think.
It's not. It's not. Exactly.
It's not. It has the word grape, but it's not. And it also has an incredible aroma that was unbelievable. And it smoked very nice. I'm not going to lie. It was a nice smoke. It was Captain Black, which really, and the word grape. But it really, how do you associate that, though? I didn't see the grape and, the association on that.
Well, you mean you didn't taste grape in the flavor?
Ron doesn't have taste buds, though.
Oh, Madonna mia. Oh,
hey,
what grapes did they have in there, though? I mean, it was definitely mixed with a lot of other stuff. That
Ron's palate is the worst.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's all subjective always, right, with pipe smoking. But, I mean, to me, grape definitely... when you just smelled the blend, unsmoked, when you smelled the tobacco, it was very grape forward, in my opinion. But I mean, I also got a good bit of grape on the flavor, but it wasn't it wasn't like smoking a flavored cigar that's grape flavor, for example, where you're getting a lot of it up front on the flavor palette. It was kind of it was a little bit like Peter Stokkebye cherry, if you've had that. It was sort of a neutral grape, on the back end of the flavor palette, you catch notes of grape, but maybe it was an off day for you, Ron. I don't know.
It could have been. These guys say I got nothing anyway.
Off days.
But,
Maybe
it all depends
should
what I
change
ate
the
that day,
name,
and I
too.
ate a lot, and I drank a lot, so who the hell knows. But I haven't done much with this. I had pasta fagioli tonight, so that's okay. My taste buds are in good shape.
That's very good.
We're
I don't know.
good.
Maybe you should change the name. That the grape doesn't sound so hot. I mean, maybe you should call it Chateau Black. You know?
It's all good.
This is a surprise. A surprise.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful surprise.
So when you went to actually create the blend, how many people were involved in the final process of approvals and all of that? Obviously, you're working for a large organization. What does that look like?
No, I mean that's a great question. I mean, I think that's part of what comes with being like a big ship, if you will. Is there's a lot of checks and gates to get through between inception of an idea and having a product released in the market. I mean, that's the process all in all is anywhere from probably 10 to 14 months, I'd say.
Wow.
And obviously it depends on what we're doing. Something like this, I think it was this one actually we did fairly quickly. So this was roughly 8 months or so from inception to release. But this one we also kind of moved a little faster on than we have on some other projects occasionally. But I think through it all, I mean, I'm gathering like signatures on a whole list of departments and again key stakeholders in the process. So it's it's not like I can just go and make a blend in the factory and then launch it, right? So there's a process. It's a process, exactly. But the beautiful thing is, when you have a good idea and you feel strong and passionate about it, and you present that, then the company is really good about listening and helping put the idea forth and making it a reality. So and that's what we did in this case, right? So
now when you launch this, is this a global product? Will this hit shelves everywhere?
Yeah, no. So just in the U.S. so far is where we launched this for now. Yeah,
okay.
It's just available here domestically in the U.S. Yeah,
gotcha.
So,
So we got a question from one of our audience, Bruce Stark. He wants to know, at STG, do the cigar blenders work closely with the pipe tobacco blenders?
No, they do not. So really, our cigar manufacturing takes more place down in the the predominant cigar producing country, right? Primarily for us, that's the DER, as well as several other countries down there, Honduras. Whereas the pipe tobacco, we're now manufacturing in Denmark, in a city over there called Essence, which is actually about a 15-minute drive from where I grew up as a kid. And back then it was, a pipe tobacco factory as well, where Eric at Stokkebye, my father, as you guys know well, another friend of the show, he actually worked there when I was a kid. So, even as a kid, I was in that factory and, seeing the office. Cool. And, of course, back then it meant nothing to me because I was, a very young child. But, it's kind of fun to come full circle and, now be working close with the blenders we have over there, and again, all the key stakeholders that are involved in the process. So
when they're getting the tobacco, they're bringing all the tobacco from the U.S., bringing it to Norway.
So the tobacco is so for pipe tobacco. I mean, we're sourcing this tobacco from all over the world. Gotcha. I mean, dare I say, like, maybe like 4 or 5 continents supply different tobacco leaves, right? Depending on if you're getting Virginia, Burley, what grade of Virginia is, right? If it's like a small batch, maybe we're getting it from a smaller supply, a smaller farmer, right? Versus your Latakias or your Periques, right? So it's all kind of sourced from around the globe, which makes it pretty fun. Again, I mean, in my day-to-day work life, I'm touching base with people from all over the world, and working between time zones with people from different cultures. Again, whether it's cigars or pipe tobacco. It's really kind of fun to get to interact with a ton of people from different backgrounds and different places around the world. So yeah, I know that's maybe I'm getting off base with the answer here.
No, that's true. No, that makes sense. Now, when you're dealing with a limited production batch of tobacco, do you wind up trying to and you have a specific blend in mind? Do you want to make that a limited release because of the tobacco being limited?
No, not necessarily. No, I mean, you could. I mean, fortunately, most of what we get nowadays, we're not that constrained by supply, so it's not really an issue we see as much, these days as we maybe had in the past.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, pretty much for everything we make, even if it is, again, more on the premium side. We're still preparing well in advance to make sure that we're good on tobacco inventory to supply to the trade. So
makes sense.
There's my boring business talk again.
No, that makes sense.
No, it's okay. It's not boring. Not boring at all.
Detailed.
No, it's not boring at all. Really.
So how much will you be active right now with the company as far as producing stuff for the future? I mean, what's your role now?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. So yeah, again, I saw you guys had brand ambassador up there. So it's a brand manager now, but functionally I'm still doing brand ambassador stuff, right? I mean, that's I don't mean to sound cocky, but that's part of being Max Stokkebye, right? I mean, it's part of the last name. So I can't turn from it if I wanted to, right? So
I can relate as Tim Garrity. I gotta represent the white trash.
The white trash of America from Ireland. Yes.
He's representing all the delicate flowers out there.
That's right. And I have found a new flower for the
There
pot.
you go. Ace of Spades is now second place.
Whoa.
No, you just said it. It's an exclusive right here. It's exclusive.
Wow.
Ace of Spades just dropped to number 2.
Wow.
So anyway.
Tim is in approval here. Uh-oh.
That's
Did you guys
dangerous.
see me blushing, or is that?
Oh yeah, we saw you turn tomato like.
Tim is kind of a BFD as well, so he gets it.
Well, I'll tell you what. So I just did my first run through. Okay, the stem, the pipe cleaner, little damp, not goopy, which is very important because if you're looking at the Suge pipe, it's got a big channel here. Okay,
Yes.
so you got a potential
Wide
for a
channel.
lot of moisture to build up, but there's none. So that's telling me that Bobby, I'd confer that this is it doesn't feel damp.
No.
It's almost coming up. This is going to sound interesting. It comes off as a dry smoke because there's no goop, but it's not dry. It's not, this is like
almost,
a fish.
And again, I haven't lit up again. I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's
almost
unbelievable.
like just pure Virginia. That's the impression I'm getting on it. Just that dryness, the almost.
Yeah, but Bobby, that's where I got to disagree. I'm like a lot of Virginias. I'll get that tongue bite going.
You get a little tongue bite, right? Exactly.
No tongue bite on this at all.
No,
not at all.
Nothing.
No, but I'm talking about the dryness of it. Like the Virginia is just, it burns dry. It doesn't have all that moisture, that goopiness. This is burning beautifully.
It's the only thing I would say bad, Max, is that it's lacking goop.
and that's a good thing. No goop.
No. I prefer a little goop. That's right. I prefer the goop.
A little goop.
Little goop goes a long way.
And we got a lot of our pipe listeners. Andre Tessier is hanging out, and we got a newbie I just met at the Chicago pipe meeting. We got Steve Ronan from Libertyville. He just jumped on his first show and became a member on Saturday, and I'm glad we got people jumping in. Of course, we got the marvelous Forbidden Johnny. He's always with us. Thanks, Johnny, for joining in. Appreciate it.
But to get back to your question, Bob, if I may, just regarding future plans, right? And that is definitely my current role with the company now is again working through the process and trying to make some awesome pipe tobaccos that people are going to enjoy smoking. So as far as details, we're a little ahead of the bell, or a little ahead of the game here on that. But definitely stay posted and stay tuned with us, because
nice.
we've got some fun stuff in the kitchen cooking right now. So
in the pipeline,
yeah,
I'm looking
forward to it, man. In the kitchen cooking. Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So
we have to.
Andre says,
Yeah,
this is kind of an interesting.
This is the hard-hitting questions. Hard-hitting questions here.
So how bad is Max's neighborhood that he has those bars on his window?
This is what my fiance put up to keep me out, actually. This is my room. I'm just kind of caged in here, fellas.
Oh, man. Yeah. Are you sure you want to continue as the fiance on this one? I don't know, man. She might have to put you on a chastity belt. I don't know, man. That's great, Andre. Very nice. Very nice. Just such a gentleman. Andre always has these quality questions.
Yeah,
he's been missing him for a year now, and then all of a sudden he gets hurt so he can stay home and talk to us.
There you go. Well, kudos on this.
Yes, this is.
I think you really hit it on the head with this blend. It's very, very good. I'm impressed with it. I like it, and I will be smoking a lot more of this, I think. Yeah,
it's an excellent tobacco. Really good.
I really appreciate it, fellas. Seriously, that's awesome to hear.
That's
great.
You
know, like I would just say for the there's always that reluctance, and I'll be, there's times where my palate and Captain Black can be enemies, just because I'm in that mood for the overwhelming. Maybe sometimes I'm in a mood for a Latakia blend. But when I'm in an aromatic mood, I like that over the top. This is just like, I'm going to say what I'd call like an all day long kind of smoker. If I'm going out fishing, just because it's like, I don't see this as ghosting a bowl, because I'm just going to say it almost, what I would do with this is like, it could almost be a good mixer to mix it in with your, like if you wanted a pinch of vanilla in there, you put in, some lane.
Interesting.
I didn't think it that way, because it's just excellent the way it is.
It is, but it's like, it depends. Like it's so right there that a pinch of this, pinch of that, you can easily like spice it. You could add a little vanilla. You could. It's flexible enough. This isn't like, let's face it, this isn't Ace of Spades, okay? Where you can't mix anything with Ace of Spades. It's just too good.
Ace of Spades is Ace of Spades. Oh, no. Let me tell you.
Hey, Tim,
you don't want to admit it, but this beats Ace of Spades. Well, you don't want to say it on the air,
Ace of Spades, BCA, okay? Okay, it's not BCA, it's Ace of Spades.
Okay. Tim, a pinch and a pinch of that is his next blend.
That's right.
So
overall, Max, how is the company doing these days?
No, we're doing great. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, I think every day is a very busy day, but I think that's also fun, and that's a good sign when there's a lot of things happening and a lot of projects to lean into, right? So certainly you never want to be sitting around, twiddling your thumbs. So. We're very healthy right now, and it's full steam ahead into finishing the year here and then getting into 2024. So we're great.
How is I would say the supply of tobacco going for you guys? We want something to say. Tim has something to say.
He said it was good.
He said it was good. Yes, I heard it was good. But I'm concerned about what the rumors of tobacco being an issue in 2024. Have you heard of anything, or do you know? Catching any insight?
To my knowledge, that's not something I've gotten insight into, Ronnie. So to my knowledge, there's no risk there in the supply. So
excellent.
Okay, another feedback note here. So I thought it was going out. Took a couple of quick pulls,
and it came right back.
Wow. And I'm just saying, I didn't have to do a relight. Usually, when it starts to fizzle like that, I'll do a safe light. Keep it going.
I did a safe light, and boom!
No,
I was just like,
I didn't have to. That's awesome.
This is one of the longest lasting. I could do the slow smoke with this, man.
I was about to say, exactly.
I could actually compete. No, Andre, you hear that? I'm going to be in the slow smoke with Captain Black. That has to be the tobacco for the 2024 Chicago Pipe Show. Okay, and Andre's listening. I really expect him to answer real quickly because he's got those messed up hands. So we'll see how he can do it. Maybe he'll talk into it. But no, this is excellent. My God, this is good.
Another thing I really enjoy about it. Sorry to cut you off, Ronnie, but you know, to me, it's just a good year-round smoke. You know, personally, I you know, there's some tobaccos that I prefer in the summer, and then some that I really prefer in the winter. But you know, to me, something like this that you know is kind of tobacco forward, where you feel like you're smoking something, and and still as pleasant as sort of like an all day smoke. You know, this is you know, enough flavor to make it delicious, but also again make you feel like you're smoking some tobacco. So
and we're all seasoned smokers here, and this is appealing to all of us, which. You know, again, kudos on that.
Yeah, to get all 5 of us on the same page, that's not bad. And you know, we're not blowing smoke up your butt. This is legit. I mean, everybody has good.
That would be a medical treatment from the Middle Ages.
We have first time listener out there in YouTube land. The Bass Piper, I think is what it says. Great show, guys. Love the Lane Limited line and Stokkebye Tobaccos as well. Good to see a pipe show.
Yeah, thanks, Bass Piper. That's very nice. Stay with us because at the end of the show, we're going to have some nice gifts to be given away free.
Come see a real pipe show, the Chicago Pipe Show.
Yes. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, first I would start off, if I was going to talk about the show a little bit.
Yeah.
I would want to throw props back towards Max.
Okay.
You know, STG Captain Black was a big sponsor of our show last year. Made a huge difference. You know, I keep saying we're trying to grow a community, and industry is a part of that. You know, I get it. A lot of people like to buy online. I'm not discouraging people to buy, but it's like, well, you know, go smoke online. You know, the point is that, you know, STG Captain Black really helped. They showed up. You know, you show up at a critical time. The support of our whole community. That's vital. That's what keeps our show going. Because, you know, let's face it, tobacco is the redheaded stepchild in all things legal. You know, it's always on the, you know, it's on the lower peg, easy, low hanging fruit for politicians to go after.
Right.
You know, but it was great because Max stepped up and really helped out.
Yes, he did.
And, you know, and every year, you know, people, if you get to make it to one of our shows, you know, Max is there with a full line of tobaccos that you can just get a massive sampling of the sheer volume that they turn out, you know.
For a small fee. Small fee.
I didn't say it was given away.
No. But you can get for sure.
Yeah. Years ago, you used to be able to give it away. Now, because
but now you're older, Bob. You can't give it away.
Bob can't give it or get it.
Wow. I didn't go that far.
Wow, way.
And we got another newbie, Wooden Tobacco. This is his first time on the show. Really enjoying it. Keep up the great work and content. Very good for joining us. Thank you so much.
And
we appreciate it. We're here every week. We're here every Tuesday, a live show at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And you can just have fun with us. And it's like sitting down in a lounge and just shooting the shit with the 4 chooches. A new sidekick when he comes over, and our great guest next,
the blender himself.
Yeah, I mean, not many people could do this. No. So, you know, I mean, I know maybe some people, Max, might not know anything about you. I'm sorry to say there are those newbies out there. Want to give it just a little bit of a touch of, you know, as you 5th generation, maybe just talk about a little bit about the beginning.
A little bit. He's got like 4 hours to talk.
I know, but you know, what can I say? You know, we're taking a lot of his time. We don't know. I mean, he's got gates on his window. His wife might not. He's gonna put gates on the door before he finishes the show.
It's getting late and increasingly dangerous here. No, but
Was that
gunfire? You guys watch my 6. I appreciate it, Ronnie. Yeah, I mean, so, you know, and I could probably go on about this for the entire hour of the show, but I mean, you know, a long heritage of the Stokkebye men have been in the pipe tobacco and tobacco industry as a whole since 1882 was when my great grandfather started, great grandfather started the business for us, Stokkebye Tobacco. His son then took over the business, and then his son, which is Peter Stokkebye, as you guys know from the brand of not just pipe tobacco, but really exquisite roll your own tobacco as well. Yes. He really came and sort of took the Stokkebye name to the States in the early 70s, where he really grew the brand and really got ingratiated with the pipe smokers and the tobacconists. And I still when I'm getting to go out on the road and meeting with retailers and pipe smokers, occasionally I'll get a story of somebody who knew Peter, and they'll tell me, like, that was my best friend, and he would come to the shop and we would smoke tobacco. And I mean, you hear stories like that and you just you get goosebumps, so sure. Yeah. I mean, that part, of not just, of course, Peter's background, but his father and his father, but also, of course, my father, Eric Stokkebye. Yep. It's really like kind of an honor, honestly, to be in this industry and to, I don't try to walk in those footsteps because that, feels like a momentous task, but, to kind of build my own path in the industry, and I mean, I personally, I've now been in the tobacco industry with STG Lane for 9 years going on now. So, wow. Almost coming up on a decade. So it's wild. I mean, it still feels like yesterday that I started with them, back in 2014 when I started working with STG, basically out of college, and they've offered me opportunities, to work in sales and marketing and as the brand ambassador. So, it's been really, fun and kind of an honor. And again, when I get to be around pipe smokers and go to the shows, the Chicago pipe shows of the world, it really feels kind of like you're at home in a weird way, even if it is work. It's just it's kind of an honor to me. So but yeah, it's been quite a ride for the last near decade. So
I can't believe it's been 9 years for you already. And I mean, this is an industry you were born into it. You came out with a pipe, I think. I don't know. But,
this was my birth pipe. This Peterson was my birth pipe.
There you go. Yeah. It's only 34 years old. That's good. Bob still has underwear 34 years worth. I mean,
we don't want to talk about that.
But I tell you what, let's hold on, okay? Because there's so much more, and I know that our audience is going to have a lot of questions too. So let's take a break. Let's go to our sponsors, Frank. When we come back, we will definitely have some audience questions for Max. All right?
You got it.
You got it.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda 2-way humidification.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic.
Over the Rhine Premium Cigars is located in the heart of Cincinnati, 50 yards south of historic Findlay Market. We offer both known brands and the finest boutique cigars available. Feel free to bring your favorite beverage and relax in Dude Daycare, where dudes of all genders are welcome. We look forward to serving you at Over the Rhine Premium Cigars. And we are a proud member of the Boutique Cigar Association.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our two major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
We are back, folks. We are back enjoying our
Captain Black.
Platinum.
Yes, yes.
Wow. I filled up another bowl. It's a small bowl, so I had to go for number 2.
Yeah, Frank is on his second
Walk me
bowl.
off here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Delicious. I mean, I am thoroughly.
I could see just smoking bowl after bowl of this. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Like I said, this is like you're going fishing. Take it with. Because all day long you just pack it up.
Yep.
And the room note again, wonderful.
Now,
wonderful smell.
Yeah, I would. You might have to. I might have to take a camp in the next weekend or two. Give it a run through. Get, see if it can be an all day. That's a high compliment when you could say I've packed my pipe all day long with this stuff.
Yeah.
So, because usually even with my favorites,
you get
you can't like don't get me wrong, Ace of Spades is incredible, but I'm not going to smoke it all day long.
You can't. You can't.
It loses its efficacy. So
yeah, no, this is great, man. So Max, where you been for 9 years? I mean, what have you been doing?
Well, he's been moving. He was in Atlanta, and now he's over in Richmond. So he's in like the tobacco kind of heart.
Yeah, no wonder he came out with something really, really spectacular. You know.
Yeah, here's a question for you, Max. To one up you here. So, do you ever actually go out and see the crop that's been harvested, or I remember back in the day they used to have once a year they would set the tobacco price. There was the whole industry, the best shag cuts, the best cuts were out there, and buyers would be there. Do you ever get to see the product being made from grower to your table?
Like walking the fields?
Yeah, so it's been a long time since I've been in an actual tobacco field that wasn't cigar leaf, but on the manufacturing side in our factory, I've seen that lots, right? I mean, when I was working as the associate brand manager, and I was in Tucker, Georgia, where the manufacturing used to be present for Lane here, a couple of 5 or so years ago. The offices were sort of attached to the manufacturing facility there in the other end of the building. So yeah, I mean, you'd go back there and see everything. Absolutely. From the whole process through, right? Getting in these giant bales of raw tobacco leaf, taking them through the whole process of, de-stemming, humidifying, casing, topping, all the way up to drying and then packaging, right? So yeah, absolutely. Would see the whole process there, and I'm very, very intimately familiar with that process. So yeah,
awesome. See, that's what I'm interested to hear. As a history teacher, we talk a lot about the role that tobacco played in making America financially successful.
Oh, it's a form of monetary
for a currency for a while, but also the history of the leaf as different leaves were grown in different regions, different flavors started to come out. So it's one of those things that I sometimes gets lost to time. If you ever read some of the books like Weber, Weber used to make tobacco pipes. They're an American brand, and they had the Weber tobacco book, and it was like the history of tobacco. It was really just a good read, talking about different leaves, how they're grown, their flavor profiles, etc. So it's interesting to hear from somebody who's like, yeah, watching that process go down, and what it looked like. So
we have a listener out there, Steve Roshan. While Eric Stokkebye isn't a pipe maker, I have several pipes that were commissioned by his company that are among my favorite pipes, both made by Peter Jepson. They're works of art and smoke great.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fourth generation line of pipes and accessories is definitely very high end quality.
Yes.
Product. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Oh, good. All right, folks. What do we got here? Andre, I haven't had a chance to look what you sent to me. I can imagine. So after the show, I'll take a look and see what it is. And
hopefully, it's not any porn. Andre's been known.
Andre has been known to have some interesting posts.
That's right.
So we'll go from there.
But talking about the show with we were blessed to have a lot of great people step up to help sponsor the show. And for the listeners out there, stay tuned to Facebook. We'll be having a show announcements this week.
That's the Chicago Pipe.
That's the Chicago Pipe and Tobacciana show.
Yep.
2024. So we'll be giving announcements. We're aiming for April. So we'll be giving you the official announcements this week. And we're going to start rolling out, folks. We know it's late. You can talk to Ronnie here. Ronnie can give you the details of how laborious the negotiations can be.
Well, yeah, again, getting thrown into the lion's den and trying to put together a show that has been run for 28 years. It has been a task, should I say, to try to figure out everything that the previous show director has done, and we're trying to make sure we satisfy our vendors. As you all, well, most of you guys know, Chicago Pipe Show is the biggest in the world, and it's always been known as the best and the biggest. And we want to make sure we bring the best quality show to all of you to enjoy. And by the end of this week, we'll make the grand announcement of exactly where and the date. But like Tim said, it's going to be in April, and we're just going to get the signature on the contract, and then we will market this to no end. And Max, you've always been a big supporter of the show, and we certainly are hoping that you will be back. And we're looking forward to this. And
yeah, I mean, I buy all my Stokkebye tobacco.
Well, why not? I mean, that's you get the great deal. So
I know it's time for the show when I start running low.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess as you guys both touched on, and I know Tim, just based off the conversations we've had throughout getting ready for the past couple of shows, I know you guys put a ton of work into even getting this thing up and running, and that it sometimes takes an arm and a leg. So I have a ton of respect for you guys for putting it on and coordinating and orchestrating that whole circus of pipe smokers and vendors that transcend down on Chicago there once a year. So it's absolutely a pleasure to be a vendor at the shows, and I can go ahead and say right now that absolutely I'll be there, and STG will be there in April. So yeah, we're excited for another great show next year. Absolutely.
And Bass Piper is saying, as a presenter on the YTPC on YouTube, he was interested if Max is planning on coming to the Richmond Pipe Show next year in 24.
Oh, he's right there.
Well,
yeah, no, certainly. Yeah. I mean, I know, unfortunately we didn't have a Richmond Pipe Show this year.
Right.
So,
yes, once again,
it's absolutely on the radar for next year. So,
right. We got to build our shows, guys.
Very hopeful that we'll be back the there. Shows. So, yeah, absolutely.
Look, I have as a club president, if you can't make it to our show, make it to a show. All right. If you're on the East Coast, go to Capital Land.
Yep.
It's a great little show that, you're going to see stuff there you're not going to see at our show.
Correct.
Okay. There's people you're going to meet there. It's about community. We grow this thing. A rising tide lifts all ships. So what's good for STG is good for us. And what's good for us is good for STG.
Well, it's just a whole community. Yeah. And Max, you mentioned it earlier. There's a lot new young people getting involved with pipe smoking.
That's beautiful.
And it is a beautiful thing because, they are smoking and there's a lot of memories of, their father, their grandfather, their uncle. And with all the new blends that are coming out today, it's like craft beer. So they want to experiment. They want to find out their own tobacco blend. Our grandfathers, he was, White Owl, Dutch Boy, Dutch Master.
Dutch Boy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm in the drink. I'm going to drink anyway because, that was a Ronnieism.
Please do not smoke the paint. Holy moly.
Don't fucking smoke the Dutch Boy.
Hey.
You cut the Dochi Boy.
So anyway.
We'll call it the Dochi Boy.
All right, I can just wait until Bruce gets on me, Gulino gets on me. All right, guys, you let it go. Let it go. But with all seriousness, there are so many new people, younger crowd getting involved with pipe smoking. We saw that big time
women,
last
a lot of women are
now also picking it up also.
A lot of women are now smoking.
They got fancy little pipes for themselves. And again, this
I would just point out that, we've had plenty of women competing in the slow smoke.
Yeah,
doing way better than most of y'all out there. So,
well, their pellets, I think, it's just that much better.
Andre will know for sure. A lot of women carvers
as well.
Manuelo, Scotty. Scotty makes some great pipes. She was in the Battle of the Briar this year, made an amazing pipe. Look, I mean, again, we have this great community. And I'm just saying, folks in the audience, and anytime you're talking to new people, man, you meet such great people. And I've said this to many people in diverse audiences, what I love about the tobacco community, this goes with sticks, this goes with pipes. You go to a lounge and something's happening in lounges that's not happening all across this country. And that is people of diverse backgrounds coming together over the fellowship of the leaf.
Yep.
And, you can talk, and it's like an old fashioned conversation where you can have an argument, different ideas expressed differently, and both parties walk away. We don't have to agree, but at the end, we're going to swap some tobaccos. Probably
absolutely,
have a drink or two.
Yeah, we're going to tell stories. Or there's no apprehension, and there's no ill will at a cigar or pipe smoking event.
Yeah. The only ill will is the ill will that individuals might bring, and I've seen people with horrible attitudes, and they sit down with our community, and before long they've mellowed down.
Absolutely. And Andre said, Andre, who's listening, he runs all the smoke shows, the slow smoke, and he said we're up to almost 6 women on the last one, and that's a lot. 6 doesn't sound big to you guys, but 6 is a big number right now, and that's going to grow also, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and the best thing about them is they just get right in there and they shoot the shit with the guys, and they have a wonderful time. And it's just like Tim said, when everybody gets together, it just becomes even a community of love and just understanding and respect.
The love thing.
Well,
it's not a freaking hippie commune.
Well, it's not a hippie, but everybody's into it. What does Wooden Tobacco say?
Well, he says, speaking of women pipe smokers, just this last week, I finally convinced my wife to take up pipe smoking. Now she's hooked.
Oh,
R.I.P. to my cellar.
Wow. There you go. And I can tell you, Teresa sitting in the room on the other side, and she absolutely loves the room note. So she is going to definitely give this a shot because it could save me a lot of money on my cigars.
This one's going for Andre. This one's for Andre. Okay, here's what I really think. We need to have the Lord of the Rings competition this year from the UPCA. Who can blow the most smoke rings? Because I would just hose all y'all. I mean, I can blow them like a dragon. I would be like, I'm a wizard when it comes to blowing smoke rings because I'm Irish and we're used to blowing smoke.
Oh, yeah, a lot of hot smoke.
Hey, I didn't get to be the president for nothing.
Exactly. Max,
nobody wanted the job. That's why.
Max, are you seeing a lot more women getting involved on your end too when you're going to the shows? Are you seeing them stopping by and asking questions, really getting involved?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you guys hit the nail on the head. Like the whole hobby in general is kind of evolving. Just between the kind of younger cohort, getting into the hobby, as well as yeah, absolutely, women. At shows. I think most recently, I had a whole group that were very interested, and they all came out, and we had there was about 8 or 10 or so, and
I remember that
they were new to the hobby, but very excited to share the craft and everything that goes into it. So yeah, it's certainly anecdotally, seeing that.
Just like Teresa, classy dames.
Thanks a lot. Maybe I get lucky with you telling that. Hey, we also have another one. Frank, can you put it up? This is Dave, who always keeps changing his name on us. Yeah, that's the one.
Well done.
Ask that question there. Go ahead.
Question for Max. I see that it smokes well in a calabash and in Tim's shorter stem. But how does this mixture do in a regular church warden or a meerschaum?
Yeah, and Dave smokes a lot of church wardens all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. I think again, just based on how the tobacco is kind of smoking, as we've all kind of expressed here on the show today, I think it would do well in either of those pipes. Honestly,
yeah.
It's not something that's going to goop up your pipe, and it has a very consistent, easy smoking nature to it. So yeah, I think it'd be a winner in either pipe. Honestly.
Yep. I think
I can put it to the real test right here and just unscrew this puppy right here. Look.
There you go. There you go.
I think the way
I'm just going to show you really quick.
Hold on, let me put
we'll
this
smoke
up here.
nice in a church.
You see any goop?
No.
You see any goop?
She's clear,
man.
Clean.
Yeah,
very nice.
That is clean.
I just finished my bowl and there's no sludge at all in the bottom. It's clean.
That's what I love.
That's
about
awesome.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's awesome. So, Jim, I'm going to let you answer this one. A question here by Bruce Stark, who is an avid cigar smoker. He watches the show every week, but he wants to know is how does the slow smoke work?
That's a good question. I mean,
Very
what we do
slowly.
Very slowly.
Well, that besides the riddle that you just heard there, the competition, basically the UPCA works very hard to, first of all, select the tobacco for that year. It might sound easy, just give people tobacco. No, the whole point of the slow smoke is to see who can have their pipe burn most consistently without going out. And you're only allowed 2 matches. Okay. And there are specific rules for how you can smoke, how you can tam your pipe. There's a very select set of rules, but before you even get there, you have to select your tobacco. Okay. And Andre can even testify to this, that there's a lot of work that goes into it because you want to find a tobacco that is going to appeal
to the masses.
But anywhere from, in the past, we've had, I think the most we ever had in the competition was around 70 people at one point in time.
Wow.
And that was several years ago. We average and Andre can, testify this better than I can. I'm usually working the show. But, we go from anywhere from 40 to, 55 plus people in the competition. So I want you to think about that for a second. Pick a tobacco that 55 people want to keep lit.
Right.
Okay. Because it's more about a horrible tobacco. I don't care. Yeah, there's some people who just want to win the competition, but I'm not going to sit there and give up 2 hours of my life to smoke a piece of shit tobacco.
No, I got you.
So is everyone given the same exact pipe to smoke?
You are given the same pipe, same amount of tobacco, same brand of matches.
Yeah. 2 matches.
And there's a judge at each table, and we also have judges that circulate for the competition. This is an international competition. So,
Gotcha.
And our, the UPCA has been working diligently to put together an American team to go to the international slow smoking contest. So, for those of us who are into this, it's pipe culture, because I remember as a young guy, before I had kids, I'd go to the pipe shop, and the old timers would be sitting there. A guy would pack a pipe, just pack it in there, and one match, and you come back like 3 hours later, and he's still at it. My grandpa was like that. It's like he was a wizard of the pipe, where he just had a certain cadence. Now I'm going to tell you, this goes right to Max. This tobacco, maybe it's the shag cut, the moisture, maybe I can't say exactly why, but it is burning incredibly consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Okay.
a consistent burn.
This might be the choice of tobacco for the next show.
Well, I mean, as Andre would have already testified, that's already been, they're so far ahead on that one. You got to get on top of that long before the show starts, because you need to have that tobacco needs to be vetted.
Right.
Because, so it, not saying that, I can't speak for the UPCA, but I guarantee you put this in, Andre's wheelhouse, he's going to run it up and see what happens. Maybe not for this year's show, but it's like, I'm just saying, it's like, I'm not literally, I'm not blowing any smoke. I'm cleaning my pipe out right now.
No,
but the point is that this is just a consistent smoke. And I've smoked, Bobby, this, I smoke a lot of ribbon cuts.
Yep.
You can get a good, not to cast shade here, Max. Going to talk about another brand here for a second. So call.
That's all right.
I'm a big fan of And Soda Bed. Okay. Which is another, that shag cut. It doesn't always burn consistently. It's a great tobacco, but it can be on the damper side. I don't know what it is, Max. You guys really nailed it here.
Mm-hmm.
This feels perfect. Like its moisture content. Bobby was going to back me up on this.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel dry.
No,
but it smokes.
Right.
It smokes like, how she says, like a clean dry, where you don't get that harshness from a dry tobacco. It's like, man, almost like a perfect.
It's what we talked about in the
consistency.
very beginning,
Yeah.
Tim. That's why I said to you, don't even wait. Fill up that bowl, because this is ready to go right out of the pouch. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So what? There's a question by Chris Eden asking about how long does the slow smoke start? And again, obviously, it depends on the smoker. Andre, I know you're listening because you're answering quickly.
Andre's
what
better to
is
answer.
the
He knows
longest time
On
on
record?
record for the slow smoke that you guys have done? I
That's a
mean,
good
people
question.
go out right away, but Andre could probably tell you, or very close to it.
Well, some of us last long.
What-
I'm not talking
well,
about.
you
that,
take
man.
the blue pill a lot these days. I know
What are you
that.
talking about? I'm divorced. I don't take any pills.
well, yeah, ring that bell.
3+ hours
All right, so 3+ hours, not in the U.S.
at a world.
At a world contest. So that's
Wow.
pretty amazing.
That's
so think
incredible.
about it. I mean,
That's
that
wild.
is
How
3
big was
hours.
that bowl?
Well, for one thing, everybody gets the exact same
Yeah, I know.
pipe.
I know.
So every participant gets the exact same pipe all the time. So everything is exact. Every 3 grams of tobacco. So all you're getting is 3 grams of tobacco in that bowl, and an individual made it 3+ hours. So that's amazing.
See, that's why
That is-
what the smoke show needs to have is you need to have Andre and Kyle Bowen from the UPCA come on your show and talk to people about how, Kyle, Andre, have the UPCA has been working for years to foster the greater community, because there is, it's more than just the slow smoke. The UPCA is trying to go around and foster pipe clubs across this country.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And it's a great competition to kind of build that community. Tim.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Again, what's interesting is that, Bruce was saying, we all know Bruce is a big cigar guy,
Right.
and it's a hard transition if you're really big into sticks to make that, that acclimation to pipes. And I always tell people, it's not one or the other. It's when do the two complement one another? I'm more on the pipe side. I'm going to trust this show when it comes to choosing my sticks, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because I've been watching the show for years, and I could tell you every cigar that I've tried from the show, been grand slam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I haven't had a bad stick yet. And guys, you got to know, I'm a delicate flower. I kid you not. I get pissed when I have a bad stick because I'm going to be frank. I don't have a lot of money like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I smoke pipes, is that I get a tin of tobacco for what it costs for a really great stick, but I'm going to get 20, 30 smokes out of it. So I'm just saying, we're growing this community, Bruce. So when you were curious about the slow smoke, Kyle, Nathan and Andre have done so much to grow our community. It's bigger than Chicago show. There's a presence at the Vegas show. There's the Capital Land show. Guys, man, I'm just telling you, we have a community out there. Get involved.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's also like, I mean, you've kind of discussed it already at length, but it's rare that you have everybody gathered like that, and not just all of the people, but all of the pipes and all of the tobaccos and all of the accessories. It's one thing to sit and see what you can find online, or even to go into, the best smoke shops, across the country. A lot of them have great pipe selections, but it's not to the tune of a pipe show, right? Where you have, 20 to 30 carvers,
right?
The big manufacturers, the small manufacturers. I mean, everybody's there. So it's like, if you're ready to take the plunge, or if you're just curious about the hobby in general, I mean, there's nothing like a pipe show to get your feet wet, right? I mean, 100%. It's where it's at.
Absolutely. But in order for that to happen, there's this delicate math, and that's the mathematics between the community that supports the show, the people who attend, and the sponsors and the vendors who are there making, who really help give you something to go.
Right.
So exactly. And what's really cool about Max, if you get a chance to just talk with Max, it's interesting because you go over to the Stokkebye or the Captain Black table, and at any given time there's about 40 tobaccos. I kid you not, guys. I do my shopping. It's a great time to buy, but the thing is you get these samples, and this if you attend the Chicago Pipe Club meetings. I have a table of tobaccos because what businesses can't do anymore, I can do. And that is, I want you to try a tobacco before you buy it, and it's from my collection, so that way it's like, oh, this, there's a lot of hype behind this tobacco, and I'm going to try it. STG is a little different because they're bigger. They got more brand representation, but I'm going to end with this because I'll talk too much when we're talking about tobacco. What's great about this Platinum, Max, is this is going to be something that I kid you not, this is something I would put in a newbie pack.
Yes, for sure.
Because I'm just like, just try this out. It's an aromatic, but it's not too aromatic. If you wanted to make the leap into Englishes or Orientals, you'd be okay. This is a great.
This will work for everybody.
It's a great starting point. It really is. It's right down the middle of the road. You get that little bit of aromatic.
Yeah.
But you get the tobacco. You get the tobacco taste right out of it.
Bobby?
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm picking up, like, I kid you not, I'm not a Virginia guy.
Yeah.
I always get that tongue bite, and
no tongue bite.
I always tell people, look, smoking in a smaller bowl.
No. In fact, I was trying to puff a little faster just to see
if you got it,
and I didn't get any bite at all.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is pretty good, man. It's all
very
good.
easy smoking.
Magic.
Yeah, he had a little magic on this one.
Magic in the tobacco.
All right, one question, and then we're going to go to the last group of sponsors. It's by Andre. Frank, can you pull that up?
Sure.
Okay.
Max, can you bring back Captain Black's grape? Asking for a friend.
We just had to go there.
Does that friend's name start with A? Or
yeah, I have a feeling. Anthony, Alan, Andre, Anyway, why don't we set up the final segment, Frank? What is going to happen here with the final segment?
The final segment is always a fun segment, Ron, right? We try to, my whole thing is history, right, Bob?
Absolutely.
And Bob is part of walking history.
I am.
I'm
living history.
He's living history, exactly. But I try to stump the guys with some questions, some trivia questions, and then we save a question for the audience. and it gives them an opportunity to participate and win something.
And win,
People love to
big,
win things.
of course.
Hey, Ron, do we have an RNA treasure pipe that we might be able to throw in?
How do we? Well, I tell you what, folks.
You see, how did I know
You know,
that?
how did you know,
It's called
Frank?
PSP.
You know, from one of our sponsors, RNA Treasures, we got a brand new Algerian pipe here for you. Brand new. It's very nice.
Nice.
Great sized bowl in there. You can, use my
Nice little, what is that, a
in there.
billiard shape?
That
Yep.
looks like a billiard.
Billiard.
Yep. All right.
Old Algerian briar there, folks. French Algerian right there.
And you know what? You're going to get a brand new tamper, not one, but I'm going to go two, because in case you lose it, you're going to have two. All
Two
right.
tampers. You could use your left and your right hand at
There
the
you
same
go.
time.
There you go. I'm going to throw in a bag of cleaner for you. There you go.
Oh,
To
there you
clean
go.
your
Some
pipes
pipe-
in
you got some
there.
pipe cleaners. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice of you,
And
Ron.
I'm trying to
Bruce,
cover the
This
Bruce.
is right up
the
Bruce's
rabbits
alley.
here.
If you want to try pipe smoking,
He
this
has
is it.
pipes.
go.
He said he has
Pipe
pipes.
does have smokes. You know, I'm going to throw you a little Piper keychain on that too, that you could put the tamper on.
There you go. Look
So
at
you
that.
saw it goes together here, folks. You see that? You can hang that.
Wow.
And I'm just in a good mood tonight because Max is awesome.
He's in a giving move.
I'm going to give you a beautiful hat there. All right, that's a nice hat. It's
That's Ron's
small.
personal hat. It keeps his
Yep.
head from getting burnt.
Yeah, you'll
When
have
it
all
goes out on the lake.
my hair still stuck in there, but yeah, I can give you that.
Ooh,
And you know
that
what?
sweatband.
Again, because Max is a quality guy, I'm going to give a quality polo shirt of one of the best fabric materials you can get. And this is
And
by our
Ronnie
friend
hasn't
Alan
even
Rue.
worn that one yet.
No, look, no white stains here from my
No white
underarm.
stains
deodorant.
on your
Look at that.
underarm.
No sweat, no
From your
nothing.
underarm deodorant.
Wow.
Brand new shirt.
Wow.
And
Wow. That's
I
a
don't
nice.
know.
That's hey, Max. Do you think we can throw in maybe some of this fantastic platinum for someone to try, and it might make
To
their
put it in
entire-
that pipe, break
put it
that
in
pipe in with some
Yeah.
good stuff.
You know, I couldn't stop you guys if I wanted to, could I?
We're trying to, our audience deserves the best, and we try to give them the best. And I think that's a nice package. So, folks, you're going to get I don't know how many, but at least a pouch of Captain Black Platinum that just came out.
Exactly.
And, tonight, you guys are going to be lucky for whoever wins this. And what's this? I was going to exempt myself this week since I won last week, but this is a nice pipe and a shirt. Orlando doesn't need anything. So we have our regular listeners battling for this this prize for tonight, man. And you know what? I would, if I wasn't in it, I'd join in on that.
If you could get a question right.
Oh, I know.
Fred has,
I'm giving Joe Gulino.
Frank has thrown him.
answers.
He's underhanded pitching you.
I know.
He'll
But you know
throw
what?
you a Yankee
What-
question.
What is this segment called when we come back?
We know what it's called.
All right, it's called Stump the Chooch, and we're going to stump the Chooch. Chooch is our favorite, hardest working animal on the planet.
It's my date from the other night.
That's
That's not true. That's not true.
So stay tuned, folks. Right after these words from our sponsors, you're going to have a chance to win all that cool stuff. Right after this.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. There's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
Oh,
All
wow.
right, here we are.
Fantastic. Whew. I had a few laughs there with Bob. Had to take my glasses off. I was crying. All right. All right. So some questions for you guys. And Max, please feel free. You can answer. This is for everyone. So no answer is too outlandish because usually Ronnie,
except what Joey gives.
Joe, one of our kind of studio audience. He's the studio audience.
The studio audience. He's no longer a co-host. He's a studio audience.
Studio audience. He comes up with some outlandish answers, but for this one, I thought I'd keep it simple. And this is a question, Bob. Maybe you might know, but I don't know. On this date in history, that's September 19th, 1978. Police in Italy expanded their hunt for this suspect who kidnapped and murdered the former premier of Italy, Aldo Moro.
Oh,
what was the name of the suspected group? We'll call them.
Yeah,
it's a group.
Ooh, a group.
Yes.
La Cosa Nostra.
No.
Max, you see what I have to deal with? La Cosa Nostra.
Was it a Red Army Brigade?
A Red Brigade. There you go. Look at even Tim, an Irishman knows.
There you go.
Because we were funding them, you know.
His family has the money behind it.
I know.
I mean, my uncle did time in prison for that shit. You know, people need money. That's all my uncle was trying to help people.
Joey Zazzo.
Joey, of course.
No, Zaza.
No, actually, Bruce actually had it. Italy Red Brigade, and Chris Eden came up with that one too. Andre. All right, nice.
All right. So, on this date in history in 1967,
Sergeant
in this
Peppers.
Turkish city, during this soccer match, 41 people have been killed in a soccer riot in the central city of what?
Andre knows the answer.
Ankara.
Who's that?
Ankara?
No, that's you're wrong, Tim. I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
It's Istanbul.
No,
Sivas.
Sivas.
Yeah, okay. Little
Sivas.
Bruce actually pulled that one out.
Bruce is on the money.
Liverpool scum.
Liverpool scum. Okay, Andre, thanks for that answer.
Fuck you.
The stadium was high. So all right, that was close.
Wow.
Andre gets the award right there, man. I'm just saying. Liverpool scum.
Boy, oh boy,
Andre, where you been, man? We missed you, dude.
I think that Kyle or Max might get this one.
Oh, it's a younger generation question.
Okay. So on this date in history's memorable date, this former president of the Nintendo video game company died at the age of 85. What was his name?
Luigi.
Mario. That was gonna be an answer. The guy's Japanese.
I don't. It was like some like
Luigi
Takanori or
Fukuchara.
something like that. Or
Okay,
whatever.
Hiroshi Yamauchi. So it's kind of Italian.
What's that?
I was just about to say that.
Luigi.
Orlando Perez actually pulled it out on that one.
One more for you guys, and then one more, just because this is a good one too.
Too long to type, Bruce said.
The too long time. All right. On this date in history, a very important thing happened.
Oh.
All right.
Very important thing.
Yes.
They're all
This
important.
former Tyco CEO was sentenced in New York for up to 25 years in prison for 22 counts of grand larceny for $150 million in unauthorized bonuses and misappropriation of more than $400 million of Tyco funds. What was his name? That guy was a
Wow.
It was
Wow.
Enron.
Oh, wait.
And who put
Dennis Kalowski.
Dennis Kozlowski. That's right. Dennis Kozlowski. Wow.
These guys, Google. I mean, what they got?
Google.
They got Google.
Google.
They got. I mean, how many
Google
machines
sauce.
do they
reading the
have?
Wall Street Journal.
God.
They got the
Max, we got a bunch of cheaters on this show. Really, they
Wow.
they can't just come from the brain. They need a lot of electronic help over you to get these answers. How the hell do these people know such a name and spell it correctly? Forget about it.
I have a high IQ.
I have an IQ of 0. Okay, you're a liar, Orlando.
This for the audience?
This is for the
This
audience.
is for the audience, folks. All right.
Okay,
This is
I'll
for the
turn the mic off because I might blurt out the answer.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let me get rid of you. All right. You're done. You're out of there. All right.
All righty. 1952, folks. He was on board the ocean liner Queen Elizabeth with his wife and 4 children en route to the U.S., where he was refused entry. Who was this non-talkie star?
Oh, I know who that is. Oh, that's the easy one, man.
Oh, look how fast! Look at Bruce Buck.
Bruce,
Charlie
yeah,
Chaplin.
of course.
Charlie Chaplin. The reason why Bruce knows that, he was on the same fucking.
Wow. Wow. What? Hold on. Tim wants to say something.
He was in Chaplin's cabin. That's why they wouldn't let him into the country.
Wow, everybody jumped on that one.
That was an
Seconds
easy
away
one,
from
yeah.
Brian Seeger, Mike Hockley, Andre. Oh my God. Oh, Brian say no, he was first. Mine was first.
Let's look. Let's scroll down.
I'm going to the.
Double check. We got a battle here.
Bruce.
It's Bruce up here. Facebook, Bruce.
Right.
Then we got Brian second. Andres. Andres spelled it Choplin.
Janis Joplin.
That's the guy who wrote ragtime music.
And Bruce also spelled it correctly though, but Choplin with
better.
Fucking
Liverpool.
That was good, guys. That
From
was a
now
nice
on, every
battle.
time I see Andre, it's going to be fucking Liverpool.
Yeah,
scum.
Bruce said he just missed the boat on that one.
I think Chris Eden has the best, most unique one. Leonardo Capriolo.
There you go.
Oh God! Congratulations, Bruce Stark. Once again, I will get that address to you, Max, if you and then you can send it to Bruce, or unless you send it to me, and I'll send it to Bruce. But don't, because it would sit on my dining room table till Christmas because it's Bruce. So
yeah, we just bulk ship stuff to Bruce.
No, Andre, it was not fixed. Remember, years ago, you used to win too all the time. Don't be a sore loser because it's the first time you're on the show in a year. All right.
The real question is, why wasn't he allowed to come back?
Because he was on the communist list.
That's right.
Yep.
But it could have, there's the thing with the young girls too.
Let's not talk about that. All right.
And he went right to Switzerland.
He became a
And he went to
And the
Switzerland.
mustache too.
Yep.
Max, we can't thank you enough for coming on board again and taking this
thank you,
time
Max.
and joining us. Really appreciate all your time and everything you do in the pipe industry.
Keep it going,
for all you
Keep
pipe
it coming,
listeners,
man.
we
Keep it
will be
coming.
having the end of the season show here is going to be a lot. We're going to have Max's father on.
Yes.
We're going to have Jeremy Reeves. We're going to have Sharon from Missouri Meerschaum. We're going to have Carol from Donnie. Was it Donnie Boy? Is it
Danny Boy?
Danny Boy.
Where did we get Donnie Boy?
Donnie
I don't
Boy
know.
is part of the Dutch Boy. It's related.
If you smoke Dutch Boy Red, you start talking to Donnie Boy.
You like that? Well, we're going to have a lot of pipe shows coming up, folks. So
Yep.
thank
Eat some
you very
lead
much.
chips.
And Max, again, it's been a pleasure. You always do right by us, and thank you so much. Thank you for the samples.
Say hi to your dad.
It's unbelievable.
And
Oh,
thank you for
absolutely, guys.
thank your support of the show, Max. Without without companies, without your support, we lose those anchors.
100%, guys, and yeah, I appreciate the invite back on the show. It's always a blast here to kick it with you guys and talk pipe tobacco and pipe industry. So yeah, the pleasure is all mine, fellas. And sounds like y'all got a stacked lineup coming down the line too. So
We
excited,
do.
excited for those shows. I'll have to tune in, but no, thank you so much for having me, and excited for the pipe shows we have coming up as well. So definitely between Chicago and we'll be out in Las
You're going to go to Vegas
for the West
next month.
Pipe
You'll
show.
be
Yeah,
at the
so
Vegas show.
For anybody listening, we'll be out there October 14th and 15th at the Palace Station Hotel and Casino. So
I'll see you there.
Really excited for
Nice.
another great show. So, but yeah, thank you guys. Thank you
Max,
so much.
maybe
Thank
it's too premature to ask, but do you guys have a tentative date for the Richmond show for the following year?
So the Richmond show is actually hosted by Sutliff.
Yeah.
Historically, so based on my latest conversation with Jeremy, I'm not sure. McKenna, obviously, you guys probably know him.
Sure.
But I would have to check in with him to know if there's a date set yet. But
We'll find out.
yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. All
Thank
right,
you.
folks, once again, thank you so much for listening and supporting the show. We hope you had a wonderful time. And we'll be back next Tuesday with another special guest. So stay tuned and have a great time for the week. Max, God bless you, man. We'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks
Thanks again.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Cheers,
everyone.
fellas.
Have a
Stay
good
gold.
one. Take care.
Tell my brothers to line 'em up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful.